Every physio in India eventually reaches this one point, the moment where you realize that one single stream of income is not enough. Not for your wants, not for your needs, and definitely not for the life that you really want to live. And this is not greed, this is a hard reality check. And the earlier you understand this, the easier it is for you later on, and also the quicker it is to your financial stability and your financially stable and free future. Good day to you. My name is Lysander Hugh Lopez and welcome back to Finance for Physios, a channel where we talk about three different principles: clarity, freedom, and value. Thank you for joining in. Today we're going to be talking about one single concept that I understood and learned the hard way after an accident that I went through, a road traffic accident that I went through on the bike. And apart from it being a very physically painful experience for me, it was also a very financially painful one, because I realized the hard truth that physiotherapy is a service-based industry. Understanding was brought about by me understanding the concept of a financial tent. And this is exactly what I'm going to be teaching you all today. Stay tuned. I want to explain this concept using a simple financial mental model called a financial tent. Now close your eyes for a second and imagine a tent that's holding up your entire financial income, and these supporting structures, the middle being the main structure and the side structures which are adding to your income. The cloth of the tent is your main financial pool, and all the money that is being generated by you is supporting it and adding to the structure of the tent. The tent is held up by beams. The most important one is your primary beam that is in the middle of the tent structure. And this is where most of your time goes. This is your primary source of income. Say, suppose you're working in a clinic that's paying you. That's your center. That's your primary source of income. Or you're working in a hospital. Or say, suppose you're working in a football team. That's your primary source of income. This is where most of your energy goes into. And give or take, let's say you earn around 60 to 70K a month. The beam is strong, but it is just one beam that is holding this tent up. There are no other supporting structures. It's basically an umbrella at this point. Now you have to understand the concept of side beams, side supporting structures. Say you do freelance home visits. A little bit of the income comes from those home visits that you do after hours from your main primary structure, your primary source. Consulting, weekend consulting gigs that you do, online consults that you do. These are all side supporting structures. And here's the important part. It's not optional that you have these side supporting structures. It is necessary for you to have these side supporting structures being a physio. And most of you, I know, most of us have grown up in this mentality that yes, we do need to have other side supporting structures to aid to our income that we are already making. Because you understand this one concept that if your primary structure for some reason is delayed or is not being able to, or for some reason you don't show up to work, the other side structures are there to support you, or you have a back end to fall to. Now, this is something that I want you all to understand. If any one of those side structures falls or collapses or gets over for some reason, the tent will shake a little bit. It'll just shake. But if your primary structure, your main source of income, if that collapses, then your entire tent will fall. And then you're on the road to being broke. Physiotherapy is a service-based profession. No service, no work, no money. If you're not able to provide the service, there is no work. If you're not able to do the work, there is no money. You are locked in to a service-based profession. And I learned this the hard way. I met with an accident a couple of years ago, and that completely stopped me from being able to go to my primary job to do the work. Why? Because my hands were cut up. My back was cut up. I was physically and also in some way mentally not able to go to work. And that completely cut off my entire month's salary into just recovering. And the only other side supporting structure I had were other freelance home visits that I was doing. And these were also service based, and I wasn't able to go there also. So those got cut off too. And it was at that time a very, very painful realization and a hard reality hit when I saw nothing in my bank account and I saw that my funds were depleting. I honestly don't wish that on anybody, and I'm glad that I have friends, parents, and mostly my parents to be able to fall back and say, oh, thank God they were there. But that's not a nice place for you to be, and I don't wish that on anybody. But this is the reality of our profession. Our profession does require us to be physically there and to be able physically to do the job to help and treat other people. That's why we're locked into a service-based industry. That's the hard reality. And going with the flow of this particular concept, at that time, my entire financial tent had collapsed. And I was left with nothing. Now, here's the lesson. It's really important that first you understand this concept of a financial tent. And there are more things that we need to add to it. And why it is critically important for you to build other side streams of income along with your main physiotherapy profession. It's not later, it's not after I have settled, I will look into those things. It's now. It's early on in your career when you're able to take more risk. That's when you have to start building your other side streams of income. These small structures that don't entirely depend on you showing up every day. Those are the kind of structures that you need supporting your financial tent. So, what can these structures actually look like? They can't be freelance work that you do as a physio, because that's another service-based job that you have to do. What can they actually look like? Educational content that you put out for physios, that you sell as a course, or something that you have specialized in that you are able to make into a product and sell to other physios or to other people. Online content. You stepped into your own personal brand. You have understood that, yes, through my network, through what I know, through what I'm able to build, and through me as a person, I'm able to build content and make online content for people and for brands. In association, online content is a great one for you to get into. And honestly, if you're thinking about it, you should have started yesterday. So it's not too late. It's a new year. Shoot your shot. Do the steps, get good audio, and just go for it. And apart from these other side structures, I also highly recommend and also advise and nudge towards physios to step into their second profession, I would like to say. So if you were not a physiotherapist, what else would you do? Is my question that I ask many physiotherapists. And if you did not have to do physiotherapy, what would you be doing? And they tell me many, many things, like some say pilot, some say lifestyle coach. Some people say, I would probably get into banking. Other interesting, good, smart choice. But different professions. And I honestly would tell you now, in your profession, find a way for you to do something for that side, for that part that wasn't able to say yes to that field at that time. And if you think it's a smart choice for you to get into right now, go for it. Do something completely outside this field of physiotherapy. Very interesting enough, Finance for Physios is telling you to do something completely outside finance for physios. And it's not just financial advice at this point, it's life advice when I'm telling you do something outside of this profession that can aid you in your financial income. Apart from doing this, apart from this being your main thing. And also for me personally, I hope one day to manage a little small farm back home and do a couple of things on the farm. Stay tuned for that. Shout out Camp David. See, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be something so great and big, earning you the big bucks. It has to be something so small that is able to survive as a beam holding up your tent structure. That's enough. And it has to be repeatable. It has to be something that you can do repeated without you having to be physically present there. Now here's a smart one that I learned, and which is a business that goes alongside physiotherapy, and that's selling of products. As orthophysios, normally when we get general population, we see that many of them haven't been introduced to the concept of foam rollers. Now, these are trade secrets, but I'm going to be giving you all the trade secret today. If you go on India Mart, yes, I said India Mart, and you go and check the price of a foam roller, a good quality foam roller, you'll get it anywhere around from 150 to 200 rupees per foam roller. And obviously you'll have to buy in bulk. You'll have to buy, say, 100 foam rollers, 200, 500 foam rollers at a time. If you're running an ortho clinic, or if you're running even a freelance service and you get together with a couple of friends and you're able to make that bulk purchase order of, say, 500 foam rollers from a specific dealer that you trust, and you get that, the current going rate for foam rollers is anywhere between 800 to 900 to 1,500 rupees per foam roller. Now you can do the math and you can tell me how much of a profit that is. Thank you. I know. If you don't believe me, go out on India Mart, the site. Everything is online. Everything is available online. You can have multiple deals. Just go online and check. But this is another side business that I honestly would recommend to people who have small clinics to do something like this in collaboration with somebody else, and push out foam rollers to people. They're anyways going to purchase it from Amazon or go to a store and purchase it. Why wouldn't they purchase it from you when it's easily available at your clinic and when you have attested the quality of it? Why wouldn't they do that? And you're not just getting 200 rupees back per foam roller, you're getting nearly 500, 600, 700 rupees back. That's turnover profit per foam roller. These are trade secrets. So yeah, use it wisely, and if you think that helped you, check it out. Or another one, a quick business idea that I can tell you about is about doing something along the lines of rentals. If you're able to generate the capital to buy, say, suppose, a hospital bed or a CPM machine or any sort of medical equipment that is needed by, say, stroke patients, where you can rent out a device to them for them to use for a period of time. It's a really smart business and it's a recurring source of income over the long term. This is something that you can check out and run the idea through your AI that you use, because I know that everybody today uses AI. Run the idea and the concept through AI and ask AI to generate the numbers for you, and then see how strong of a pillar you can make it if you have that sort of capital on your hand and if you can see the demand in the market for it today. Or another small business idea that I can give you off the head, and I'm sure many of you have been a part of this or do this also regularly, is a referral system, is a referral commission system, where you're able to use your network to connect a patient to a physio in a certain area, and then of course you take another commission from it. Now, I'm not asking you all to be greedy and pull commissions off of every treatment. Take a one-time commission and say thank you very much. And if you want to do it systematically, there is a way for you to do it systematically, where you get a group of doctors, a group of orthopedicians, and a group of area-specific physiotherapists who you can channel patients through. If it works in a system, then only it becomes a solid beam in your financial tent. If it's just a one-time, two-time thing, then it's a thread. It's not holding anything up. 3 ideas I've given you already. Please share these videos with your friends. And you have to understand this, that none of these are glamorous. They're very boring, off the charts systems that you can use. But you have to remember that boring systems in finance make the most amount of money because it's repeatable. If it's a simple concept, don't change it. Repeat it and keep repeating it as many times as you can. Make that thin pole into a thicker pole. That's the way you make money. The vertical trap. Now, many physios who I've seen just concentrate mostly early on in their career to go upward. If their salary is stuck at 60K, they want to get a promotion and they just want to go from 60K to 1 lakh per month. And they only focus on that. They give all their time and energy just for that pole to get a little more thicker so that they can just go higher up and earn a little more to be in that higher bracket. And that's vertical growth. It's all right, but it's also fragile to do. So more than vertical growth, you have to also look into other parallel vertical growths that you can use to support your financial tent. Horizontal growth is different. It's about building parallel streams of income that share the load, that share the financial load. Ask yourself honestly, how many years can I keep doing this? How many years can I keep lifting patients up? How many years can I keep running on the field, going and checking players and seeing whether they're all right or not? How many years can your body take that kind of physical load? I'm going to be the one to say it, and I'm going to be the one to say it nice and loud, is that physiotherapy as a profession has a physical expiry date. Whether you like it or not, it is true. See, the goal is simple. If you've understood the concept of the financial tent, the goal is really simple. You've understood that this is your primary source of income. You've understood that there are other streams of income that you need to set up to be able to hold your financial tent. And the more your tent begins to grow, the wider it becomes. The more amount of beams you get to put up and hold, to a point where the goal has to be that this primary source of income that you had in the beginning becomes just 20% of your total income. It's just 20%. 80% has been taken up by those other side structures. That is the goal. That is the point where you have choices. You choose to remain there. You choose to remain in the clinic. You choose to work in that hospital. You have a choice now to remain in that academic position. It's your choice. That is the time you have leverage. That is the time where you are not trapped. That is the time where you have financial freedom. Where all those other structures that you have set up are holding 80% of your financial load, and 20% is being supported by this once upon a time primary structure. That is the goal. See, this channel exists for a reason, to help you think early on and to help you think broader early on, and also to give you a nudge into the right direction for you to be thinking, yes, what if something happens? You need stability. You need another source of income. You need multiple sources of income. Start thinking. This is the concept of the financial tent, and my request to you is start building it before the storm hits. Once again, thank you for joining into Finance for Physios. My name is Lysander Hugh Lopez. If this video helped you in any way, or it helped you to understand a concept, or it broadened your perspective, please do share this to your friends and to other physios or to your students. Please do share this. Thank you very much for watching.